Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is always a difficult video to record visually because there are just not enough ways to communicate this with examples. You know, normally it's pretty easy to show what's called B-roll in video. For example, if you know, you're ranking up a champion, obviously you're showing the champion. If you're talking about, say, a bug in Alliance Quest, you're at least going to show Alliance Quest. So I think visually, for better or for worse, I'm going to show my relics. This is what I'm going to focus on today, which, by the way, I do have a new 3-star relic, Hulkbuster. Inflict the shock vulnerability debuff, increasing the potency of shock effects by 0.8% for 12 seconds. And when I customize my relic and I go to select the champion and I think, which champion provides shock? Nimgod does on a special 2. Nebula obviously does when it comes to her ability. I use Nimgod the most in Battlegrounds, so I guess I'll put that over Nebula. Nebula is a very good champion in Battlegrounds, though, and I think she's a bit underappreciated, especially when you build up to that special 2 and you have 20 shocks and you turn them into 40 and then you say bye-bye. Alright, so why am I showing this, right? Why am I showing this? Well, basically, here's the problem, YouTube. Here's the problem. Whenever you have a design of a game that basically assumes that you're going to have a new mechanic, in this case relics, and we all know about the symbol on the screen that you tap. Well, the big question is, what's going to happen with relics when you don't have the ability to rank somebody up? What's going to happen to relics when you don't have a champion with a relic? Are they going to pretend that they have one for the sake of gameplay? And that might sound like a confusing question, and who knows, maybe it is a confusing question. But, you know, my purpose for the question is essentially to say this. When we have bugs that prevent people from moving on the screen, when we have bugs that sometimes prevent parry, that sometimes especially prevent swiping, and that's been the #1 complaint I've received, what we're having to do is say to ourselves, where are we swiping our screen? Now, if you're on a phone, if you're on an iPad, obviously the target is different. The target size is different. But it could still have a huge impact. I'm actually going to darken the screen for this and just read to you a submission from a friend that has a little bit of theory on this because he's tested it. And it's Soundwave, or Sound.wave. He said, as an input issue, I think I may know what it is, but I can only test on my device. Are you able to spread the word for testing? Well, yes, I am. That's why I'm recording this. He says, the information is as follows. It seems to be a relic-based input issue bug. I'm finding the input issue more on champions that don't have relics bound to them. It's like the relic special button programming is still there. It can prevent you, from swiping in that region of the screen and not allowing parry, because pressing that area activates the summoned champion instead of parry, even though of course it doesn't activate the summoned champion because the relic doesn't exist. Because you can't see the button, you naturally try to play in that area because you think you can tap it because there's no icon, but the game has programmed that icon to be used. He says, if I move my thumb up, I play it on a phone, it seems much better. If Kabam's testing on iPads, they would probably never notice because of the screen size difference. The thumb presses more on the screen of a phone than an iPad. So he said, food for thought. I don't know if it's correct as I've only had one device to test it. Here's the thing, though. I've heard this theory from a few others, so he's not the first person to tell me this, and it would make a lot of sense. Are relics causing parry to miss, causing swiping to miss? I think it's a good theory. I'm not saying I want it to be true, but it would explain a lot. And I don't know if there is a solution to this. I wish I did, but I don't. I don't know. I do not know. So that's kind of the feedback for this video. What do y'all think? Is this plausible or crazy? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks to everybody for your feedback. Try it out. See if that would make sense to you.